Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So today we are going to talk about Agile and why companies are shifting towards Agile. But if you go back a couple of years, there were other methodologies people used for software development. So why is it that people are now shifting towards Agile in big numbers?
All right. As you mentioned, recently you've seen this trend, where people are moving from the traditional methodologies of software development to the agile methods now. And honestly, agile has actually kind of become popular in the last 4 to 5 years. Whereas agile actually came into being around 2001.
Okay, so it's that old.
It's been that long, structured. It was structured around that time. Just that companies have started now reading about it, or it's become so popular in terms of how companies have moved from the previous traditional methodologies to now the agile methodologies and gained from it.
Okay.
So actually, if you go back years in time, you would see that it's quite shocking to see that billions of dollars were actually lost in bad software development projects.
Okay.
And the companies were struggling to actually come up with a working software which would be delivered on time and within budget.
Okay.
So that is where the industry was struggling to come up with working software on those two parameters that I just spoke about.
Okay.
And when the analysts came together and tried to figure out the reasons behind these problems, they came up with 4 major reasons.
Okay.
One was that the customer's involvement was fairly sparse, I would say.
Okay.
The customer was not being involved in
doing the software development
during the development time.
Okay.
And then secondly, as much importance as was laid on documenting the requirements in the beginning of the software development, at the end you would have seen, in fact a lot of times people would complain about poor requirements. So a lot of companies would try to put the blame on the requirements being captured poorly.
Okay.
Then another reason that they actually kind of came up with was the processes. The processes, as much as the traditional methodologies would lay importance to, they would think that processes would make things just perfect. But these processes were very inflexible and they were bloated at times. So it would kind of hamper the software development the way we would not want it to be. And then lastly, the managers would possibly come up with unrealistic schedules. These were the main reasons why the industry kind of suffered in terms of providing good software in time